Now we're going to take all of the things that we learned and we're going to put them together by recreating a design in Canva. So the very first thing that we're going to do is we're going to select a design template over here, which in this case is probably going to be a Facebook cover. So let's go under Facebook covers and we're going to find all sorts of different templates. So at this point, what we're gonna do is we're going to select a template where we can see that we can replicate it. So for example, we can go with something around either these lines or I want to find one which has some photos. So this one would do the job. So as we click on it, you can see that now we're going to be redirected inside of the actual Canva editor. And now we're going to click on add page in order to create another page where we're going to work on. So as you can see, the very first thing that we have on the top side is these 3 photos. So we're going to basically leverage the rectangle element in order to create this, and you can go under the lines and shapes or simply type in rectangle and you're going to find it right away. You can use pretty much any of these, also this with the rounded corner if you prefer. And we're going to drag and drop it right inside of Canva. So as you can see on the top, these are equally distanced, considering also the borders. So what we're gonna do is, now that we have our first rectangle, is we're going to use the Option Alt key. We're going to drag it on the right. You can also use Command C and Command V, or Control C and Control V if you're on Windows. But for just for making it easier, I'm going to use the Option Alt key and drag it again in order to have the 3 different rectangles. So in order to have the equal distance between these 3 rectangles, what we're gonna do is we're actually going to select all of them, and we're not going to group them, but we're going to use the position space evenly horizontally. And this is going to give us the equal distance, which you can check by selecting an element using the Option Alt key. And as you move around the mouse, you can see that now we're going to have some measurements that tell us that there's going to be 27 pixels of distance between this rectangle and 27 also for this one. So we are good on that side. Now, what I'm noticing is that there is a little bit of more space here compared to the left side. So we're going to select all of them and just increase it a little bit. And as you can see, we have 26 pixels on the top. So I'm going to bring it down using the arrow key. And here we have 25 and 26. So we need to make these rectangles just a little bit smaller, and we need to basically try and do some attempts at this. So I'm going to bring it on the right, and here we have 27 and 27 on the left and on the top side, and 19 over here. So I just need to make it a little bit smaller here, and it's all a matter of trial and error, really. So you just have to match it until you find the perfect size. So we're having 28, and we're eventually going to make it. If it's too tricky, simply select all of them, zoom in just a little bit, and just redo it like that. Okay, I think we're gonna be okay. I don't want to bore you just me finding the exact pixel. It's just a matter of trial and error, but we have the 3 images, the 3 rectangles. And now what we need to do is to add the image. So I'm going to use Command C and Command V and In order to add the images now, we're going to search for a food, and we're going to, instead of using these images, let's mix things up a little bit. And let's use some of these free icons, and we're going to add the first one here, second one over here. Let's resize it, and we're going to change also the background colors in just a minute. And let's go ahead and let's change this up, and we're going to have these nice suggestions of the color palette, which is given to us by Canva. And in this case, I actually want also to basically have a border. So one thing that you can do is I'm going to make this either light gray or a bit more dark. Even something like that could work, or even this color, maybe in a different tonality from this one, just to mix things up, and that will work totally fine. Now at this point, what we're gonna do is we're going to start adding some text. Simply because we have the text over here, and we're going to add a heading, and we're going to add a subheading right below it, and we're going to center all of this. Let's center this as well. Let's select both of them. Let's bring them up just a little bit, and this is going to give us a basic text foundation, and we're going to copy and paste, and we're going to change to food party instead of tea party. And let's copy also this one. We're going to have food plus sweets plus stories, and we're going to find what is the text that they used, and in this case it's Arvo. And this is going to be the color. So let's go ahead over here and let's search for Arvo. We're going to change the color to this orange text. As you can see, it's quite similar. We can make the font smaller in order to replicate it. And this text right here is Montserrat Classic. So what we're gonna do is we're going to go over here and search for Montserrat Classic, and we're going to select this one, and also just create an effect which is or actually let's just leave it like as it is right now. And what we're gonna do is instead we're going to make it uppercase. Now at this point, let's make it also bold, and let's decrease the size of the text just a little bit. And probably we have some spacing in between the individual letters, so might as well consider to do that, but actually I think that it works well as it is right now. So this is pretty much it. We recreated this new variation of this Facebook post in Canva, and I'll see you in the very next video.